Students, today we are going to start with new topic, that is what we call the projectiles. When we talk of projectiles, then what exactly comes in your mind? What exactly? Actually, we are talking about any body. We consider any body, and if we throw our body, you take, for example, I am standing here and I am taking a ball and I am throwing it. So when I throw this ball, so from here to here, the ball will happen to what? What will happen to the ball? It is certainly going to fall somewhere. But in course of time, what it has been done? It has traveled a horizontal distance and it has covered a vertical distance as well, right? So we are talking about a projectile, but before we talk of projectile, there are certain things we have to keep in our mind, that there are certain conditions applied to the projectile. So if we take any body and throw it, so that it covers a horizontal as well as the vertical distance, and solely under the action of gravity, without being, listen to the words, without being propelled by any fuel. It simply means that whatever I am imparting a velocity to a body, then in that case it should not have been given any fuel to it. So aeroplane cannot be a projectile, right? So here you have to differentiate what exactly is meant by the statement. It is solely under the action of gravity without being propelled by any fuel. So that is projectile, but then again we comes with certain constraint. So when we talk of projectile, it will cover a vertical distance and it will cover a horizontal distance, one thing. Second thing, we are not taking care of the curvature of the earth, will not take care of the curvature of the earth. So, and meanwhile we are not going to take the rotation of the earth also. So if we take g, small g, what is small g? Acceleration due to gravity. So we consider this to be same for the entire of its journey before it has been projected and then it has landed. So small g does not change. Something very important to understand. So when you do with projectile and if you get any condition that this value of g is changing, it is not under projectile. So please take care of that. We neglect the air resistance also. We are not taking care of the air resistance as well. So projectiles means any body, you throw it, it will cover a horizontal distance, it will cover a vertical distance, but it is not given any fuel. It is solely under the action of gravity. What things we don't have to take care of? We don't have to take care of the acceleration due to gravity. We don't have to take care of the change in g due to the rotation of the earth. We will not take care of the curvature of the earth, and we will not take care of the air resistance as well. Okay, so let's start with a class on projectile. So today class is on projectile. Right, so what exactly we will be doing today? We are going to find out the trajectory of a projectile. We are going to find out the trajectory of the projectile. When we talk of the trajectory, it simply means its path. We are talking about the path of the projectile. We are doing with projectile, that is the oblique projectile. Oblique projectile means the where you throw a body. Suppose if I stand here and I am throwing a body, so my projection and where it is landed, that level is same. Okay, so here what exactly we have a condition. This is let us assume this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is how the body will move. The body, if you project it here, it will land here. So first understand what are the things. So if I take u as the velocity and it makes an angle theta, u is what? The velocity with which the projectile has been impacted, it has been thrown, that is the velocity. So since it's make an angle theta with the horizontal, this is the horizontal, so this side we will have u cos theta and this side we will have u sin theta. From here to here is the horizontal distance covered, and we consider this as x. Okay, this is the vertical distance covered, and we can consider this as y. So here in this case, when we have taken a projectile, we have thrown it, let us with the velocity u, then if we take the equation, it means we need to find out the vertical height. Okay, so in this case we can very well use the formula s is equals to ut plus half at square. We are going to use this formula here to frame my equation, so here before doing it, one thing very important, horizontal motion during, see, I have already spoken about the vertical motion as well as the horizontal. The vertical motion will be an accelerated, but the horizontal motion will not be an accelerated. So simply it means that along the horizontal direction there is no acceleration. So if there is no acceleration, and if I have assumed this as the x as the distance, then we can have velocity is distance by time. So distance is velocity into time. So we will have for horizontal motion, we have x is equals to u cos theta into t. T is the time taken for the projectile. So u cos theta into t. So we can very well write t is equals to x by u cos theta. Is that clear? So we can write t equals to x cos theta, x divided by u cos theta. We'll give this as a hand. But we are going to find out the trajectory. In order to find out the trajectory, let us use this formula, and when you use this formula, you have s as y. Instead of s, we have written y. Y is the vertical one. For the vertical motion, we are talking about the vertical motion now. U sin u. So here the initial velocity along the vertical direction is what? Not u but u sin theta. So instead of u, we are going to write u sin theta. Instead of t, we can write this or else let us write t here. And since the body is thrown up, the acceleration due to gravity is negative. So minus half, instead of a, we are going to use g t square. So here the equation that we are getting here, y for the vertical motion, u sin theta, because u sin theta is for the vertical component, t minus half gt square. Now substituting the value of t from this equation into that equation, we are substituting the value of small t from this equation into this equation. Let us substitute and see what we are getting up. Y is equals to u sin theta, instead of t, x by u cos theta minus half g, and instead of t, we are writing x square by u square cos square. Is that clear? So what we have written, or else let us write this equation's complete equation here. Y is equals to x, u is getting cancelled, x tan theta minus half g by u square cos square theta, and this is x square. Put this into bracket. Okay, so we have got this equation. We have taken this equation, we have substituted here. So this equation which you are getting here, this is an equation of a parabola. Okay, since this equation resembles the equation of a parabola, so we can easily predict the trajectory of the projectile here is parabolic. It simply means, we have already seen it is parabolic. It is parabolic, so we are getting this as parabolic. So this equation is enough to give an idea that what we are trying to explain here for the projectile. So let me just recapitulate the things once more. We have taken a body, we have thrown it. This is the horizontal distance covered, vertical distance covered is y, and we have taken initial velocity as u. It has been divided into two components, u cos theta, u sin theta. Since I already told you all, along the horizontal motion, the velocity is unaccelerated. So we have taken the condition x equals to u cos theta into t, or t equals to x by u cos theta. And for the vertical motion, we have got y is equals to u sin theta. Using this formula, we have taken for the vertical motion the component as u sin theta into t minus half gt square. So instead of t, we have substituted t for here, and finally this is the equation that we have. And since this equation resembles the equation of a parabola, so we can easily say that it is, the trajectory is parabolic in nature. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Thank you for watching the class.